biggest worry with what I'm doing is if the strap slips, and it really could cause us some grief. So hopefully we don't have any of those issues. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Nooo garage, where we You need to watch what's going on, because we're doing some cool stuff here. We're building a race car. We're gonna go racing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Nooo shop. So, trying to think of, well, if you look around here, we've done some cleaning. We've got the car moved back. We've moved it back to make room up here. So, what we're up to today is really a race against time. So up in Canada, if you're not from Canada, you don't quite understand how we have 4 winters. So usually you have your first one in September, October, and then you have a Chinook, all the snow goes away, and then you have one in like maybe end of November into December, and then Chinook, and then January, February. Well, so it's first day of spring, and our 4th winter is coming tomorrow. So they're calling for about a foot of snow, and if that happens, it makes it real hard to work outside. So we got the car moved back. We're gonna try and bring the body in today. All right, well, this is a view that you guys don't normally get. This is me walking around and everything I gotta do. So to get this stupid thing running, we gotta pump it up, because the fuel drains back all the time, and that's the air cleaner up there. So then we hop in here, we get some of our handy dandy jump start, give it a good washing, then we hop back in it and hit the key and hope for the best. Oh, there we go. In hindsight, I should have started it a little bit sooner. It takes a while for these hydraulics to start doing what they're supposed to do. They're slowly coming up. Hoping these aren't really long, which I'm thinking they might be, but we'll see. I want it back about here, so we'll have to come forward a little bit. This is one of those things that scares me. Like I said, you only got one shot to get this on. Alright. at that. I mean, okay, so it's pretty much just balancing on the back one, which that's as high as we can go. So we're gonna have to shorten up these chains. And I can already feel it. I got a flat tire on this loader by the feel of it. So that's awesome. So I'm not going to be able to get in the shop with it the way it is, so I think I'm going to get all the body work done before starting the cage. Do the hard work first, and then everything else seems easier, right? So we're going to get this gantry over here and see if we can get this thing up in the air. So we're gonna roll this frame forward a little bit more. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Up two. Okay, so that's pretty close, guys. It's gonna go that way a little bit. Yeah. So now I can set it down and can already see where I'm gonna have problems, but I'm sure you guys can see it too, these bars and up there. But it's stuff we're gonna have to deal with while we're doing this, right? When you're building something custom, there's gonna be always problems. You're always gonna come across problems. So we're just gonna go with it. But I'm gonna get the body mounts and pluck those in there just so we know. So when we set stuff down here, it's where it needs to be. We got to support the frame a little bit too for when we're setting it down, but I think we're looking good, guys. So we have energy suspension. I opted to go with this stuff because they had full kit. So this is poly, it's not the rubber. So it's gonna outlast the truck, right? So I guess it would help if I put my mic on. So yeah, this is the stuff that we're putting on it. See here, my knife. Instructions. So we're gonna put just set the top mounts on. We aren't gonna put the bottoms in or bolt the thing down or nothing like that, because we want to essentially just set the frame down and see how everything fits and all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's all straightforward. It shows you where each one goes and what you do with them. So I bought an extra kit so I can add a couple mounts to it. And I didn't realize that these cars, so the center mount under the front door on this car, I thought I was gonna have to weld a plate and all that stuff with a new nut in it and everything. These came with that. So essentially, if you have a four-door like this and you want to add mounts to it, you basically loosen everything off, jack it up, take the old mount out. Second. So this is the old mount. It just sits in there, but in the car it has the nut on top. So you take these out and put in one of these, and you're golden. So I'm just gonna figure out which ones I need and what go where, as they all have numbers on them and it tells you where they go. So that's nice. 4291. So yeah, it's yeah, it's nice. So we're gonna get this stuff all on the car, and then we'll set the car down on it and see how pissed off I am that I didn't do things right the first time. So as you've seen, we got this body. We got it in the shop now. We got it hovering over top of the frame. We got the body mounts all set in place. So the next step now is we're going to throw a couple jack stands under the back of the frame there, and we're going to start lowering this body down, and we can check fitment, because I might have some clearance issues with our frame bracing, but that's why you got to fit, you got to check stuff. So we're going to do that, and if everything fits good, which I hope it does, I'm not 100% sure that it will, but we can mark what needs to be changed. We can pick the body back up. We can make those changes either on the frame or on the floor of the car, whichever. And I'll show you the main reason we're doing this. So if you come under here and look, so we did our frame notch here, and I'm gonna have, we got to do our mini tub. Like, this is all rusted out here. We got some rust here as well. So we have to have some rust we have to fix in here to begin with. But with our notched frame, when we set it down, we'll be able to see how much we're going to take out of here for a mini tub. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to slice it and just add a strip. Well, actually the inside, we're going to change that one right out. But so that's what we're up to today, is mostly just check the fitment. So that's what we're up to. Oh geez, just about fell. So that's what we're up to right now. And we got some more parts for this thing in the mail as well, so we'll check out some of that once it all arrives. I got word that the rest of one of my orders is on its way, so once it all gets here, we'll unbox it all. I'll show you what we're doing, then you get a better idea. So I'll get you guys set up and we'll start dropping this thing down. We haven't dropped it yet, so let's knock on wood that we don't actually drop it, but we'll start lowering it down.
And I was checking every road sign for hidden messages I might find. Yes, I was looking everywhere for some kind of sign to let me know I was doing fine. Don't you wanna know, don't you wanna know that you're on the right track, that you're on the right road, you say. Don't you wanna...
Okay guys, so we got this thing lowered down, and just as I suspected, we got all the weight off of it, but we are hitting. Engine is lined up pretty well perfect, but as you can see, we aren't down all the way. So like I said, there's going to be some problems for future Shaun, so let's check them out. I was actually surprised, like I dropped this thing down bang on where it's got to be, but we got to get under there and see where the problems are, and we'll either cut those parts out of the floor or we'll see if we're going to make the modification onto the frame itself. But if you look under here, so this gives us an idea now of how much of this frame or floor we need to cut out. So you kind of see we aren't taking a whole bunch out. It's a mini tub is what it's called. Looks like our lines are cut basically where I want them. So we'll hop on the creeper, we'll roll under here and see what we find. Ah, there we go, we got some light under here. So as you can see, this floor brace is hitting there, and it looks like the floor is going to get into this bar as well. So we are hitting on that side as well, and basically kind of all the spots I figured we might have a problem with. See, what I did was I wanted to come straight off this. I didn't want to bring it down lower and then up to it. So I put it in there flat, and we have some clearance issues. So that's what I was talking about, future Shaun. So I'm going to, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I knew there was going to be problems. I was hoping it wasn't going to be major problems, but here we are with some fairly major problems that we got to deal with now. I thought my measurements were good, obviously not. So yeah, we'll go from there. We'll either get the plasma out and start cutting. Alright guys, so you just watched time lapse. Don't do what I did, but we got those braces cut where they need to be cut, so we're gonna set the car down now, and hopefully with any luck it'll sit down good and I won't have to cut any more out. But I think it was just those two spots, so yeah, you'll see everything I did once I get I'm putting the body onto a rotisserie to make life easier. So we're gonna see if we can get it down right onto the frame now. Okay guys, so here we go. I'm gonna explain what I want to do and try and figure this out. So in here in the floor, we got an issue with our bar that runs this way, like my frame stiffener. We have some other issues under there, but it's all a learning curve. So essentially, what we got is we can either hammer a channel here to make that bar fit up better, because the whole body needs to go down another inch. So if I hammer that up, or I just cut the whole pan out here and raise the pan. So what we do is there's a kick down right here, and I'd probably go from right here and come straight across to here, and you're gonna lose a little bit of leg room, but I don't know. I gotta think about this. All right, so we thought about it and we made some marks. You can see our chalk lines there, and we're gonna cut that out. And then the chassis bars are gonna stick through the floor. Here we go. We're cutting some more. I didn't want to cut into this floor. I really didn't. And yeah, past Shaun is kind of regretting this, but not taking the time to measure things properly. But here we are. Easy fix. We'll just cut this out and we'll just build plates for the top of it. I was thinking about building a plate that actually sits onto the bar and then bolt the frame right to the body. So that's what we're up to. So we got all this cut out now, and yeah, my audio was all messed up, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying here, but I'm kind of explaining, you know, like we planned for this. This is exactly what we wanted to do. Yeah, it's really gonna stiffen the car up, cutting the floor out like this, and it's really all for the best. So that's kind of where we're at. Alright guys, so we got both sides cut out, and as you can see, it comes through the floor just a little bit, but overall it's not terrible. You don't lose any foot space. I thought it would stick through more than it does, but it's really insignificant, I guess you could say. So we'll cover it all up. We'll build some pieces that go over top of it, but as you can see, it has fixed everything. The body sits down on the mounts now. We're good. So everything worked out. All right, guys. So we have the body sitting on the frame now. It's sitting down on all the mounts, which is nice. We have our holes cut in the floor for our frame. And so I had told you that future Shaun was going to have some problems, and that's one of the problems. I wanted everything up out of the way because I live on gravel. There's always like gravel ridges, so I figured I'll tuck everything up. Turns out I tucked it up too far. So, body's coming back off. The big issue right now is the transmission cross member is about this far from the floor. So I need it like that far for bolts. So we're gonna pick the body back up, we'll roll it forward. I haven't got my rotisserie yet, but I have a plan for what we're doing for the cross member to fix that. I just have to mark in the back what we're doing for our mini tubs, and then get this thing on a rotisserie and we start cutting into the body.